So this week we are basically going to be looking at dashboards. What are dashboards? HR dashboards. A dashboard is basically a visual display of the most important information needed to achieve one or more objectives, consolidated and arranged on a single screen. It has to be a visual display. It has to be of the most important information from an array of data sets, that you want to use to achieve one or more objectives. And all of these are consolidated and arranged on a single screen. So those are the keywords. Single screen, most important information, a visual display, not tabulated, data. And the information can be monitored at a glance. So that's just what a dashboard is. So think of it as a visually appealing interactive summary of key HR metrics that you want to generate. And we are using Excel, being a powerful tool for data analysis. The key features of a dashboard, we have a graphical data representation. I'm freezing on this monitor. Okay. Please, at any time you can't hear me, just type in the chat room that you can't hear me, so I can know what to do. So the key features of a dashboard is a graphical data representation of the data sets you want to present to management, or whoever you are presenting to, for them to generate insights. And it focuses on relevant information, only relevant information. As you will soon see, we can generate a dashboard that is composed of so many insights. And that's the first thing I will do. I will generate a dashboard that is noisy, that contains almost everything. And then from that dashboard, we will now create another dashboard that you only need for a particular objective. Let me repeat myself. I'll start by generating a dashboard, a very noisy one, that is the summary of the entire data set that we are using, the interpretation of the entire data set that we are using, just for you to be able to, at a glance, see the entire data set in graphical format. And then I would then create another dashboard that you can actually use, for your reports. Okay, so having said that, it's engineering where I did in school, so I'm not too comfortable with long talks. I just want to jump on the Excel table and start digging. So permit me to share my screen. Share. Where is this? Okay. Okay. So this is what we have now, the data set. I've updated it, the ones we have been playing with. I've actually updated it here. So this is the one we are going to use today. All of these things on the screen, looking for how to minimize them so they don't interrupt us. Let me see if I can put this one here. Okay. So I think that can work. Okay, so we have this data set, and that's what we are going to be working with. So for some of you that are joining this class for the first time, we've done a lot of, additions. We usually generate insights from this and see what we can add to it that is missing. What insights can we generate from this raw, data set? So from this now, we have the date of birth, but nothing is capturing age, so we know we can do age here, age of employee, and all of us know the formula. If you have been consistent in this class, then you will know the formula. What's the formula? Integer into today minus the date of birth, close bracket, and divide by 365. As simple as that. So I'm just going to type it straight away here. Okay, so where is the column for date of birth? Date of birth is on D, column D. And the first employee there is on row 2. So we'll be talking about D2. Okay, so we want to do for age now. The formula will be equals to, we'll have integer, we'll have open bracket, we'll have today. I think I need to open another bracket because that today needs to have its own, that today needs to be in its own bracket. So open and close, and then you do minus the date of birth, D2, and then you close the bracket and you divide by 365 and you close the bracket. So that should give me the date of birth. Yeah, excellent. And then you can run this thing down. And run it down to the end of the range of data. So we have that. Also, we have the resumption date of the employee, which is the date of hire. And from there, we can get the tenure of the employee. What's another name for tenure? Length of service, Abi? Employee length of service is the same thing as tenure. How long the employee has been in your organization. So, of course, there are various ways of doing this. You can still use the one we used for the age. Formula we use for age. Instead of choosing D2, you choose the column where we have the date of employee hire. Let me look at the column. Which column is this date of hire? Hire date is E, column E. So we'll be working with column E. You can use that, and you can also use dated if. So you can use the equals to integer today minus the date of hire over 365. You can also use this other one, dated if function, and then you open it. So the column for hire date is E2, and then comma, and then you do today, open bracket, close bracket, and then you do, because we want it, we want to capture the year. So you can actually do year, you do year, and then you close the bracket. I think this should return, yeah, so this is the length of service. So this guy has spent 11 years. So that means he must have been employed in 2013. Let me go and confirm that this is correct. He must be employed in 2013. Excellent. So I'm correct. The guy was hired 5th of January 2013. So that means our formula is very correct. So we run it down just to cover the entire range. And let me save this. So we can have this from the information provided in the data. Okay. Now I did something here. The various, I've taught us this during one of the previous classes. The 1956 and 1964 generation X, 1965 to 1980 generation Y, which are the millennials, 1981 to 1996, and Gen Zs, 1997 to 2012. So these guys will be between 60 years now and 78. That's the baby boomers. Generation X will be between 44 and 59. Generation Y, which are the millennials, will be between 28 and 43. And the Generation Z, Gen Zs will be between 12 and 27. So the age distribution of the employees, I want to go further because by the time we get to the dashboards, the charts and the dashboards, I don't want to be grouping them, in tens, age 20 to 30, 40 to 50, or in fives. That's what the pivot table has the ability to do, to group them either in twos, in threes, in fours, in fives. Doesn't have the ability to group them based on, their generational, according to their generation. So since I know that it doesn't have that ability, it's better for me to group them here according to their generations. So it will just be that employee generational, grouping that I will take to the pivot table and I will take to the dashboards. So when I'm doing my chart, I'm just doing, either the column chart or, whatever chart I'm using is reflecting the generations, one for the baby boomers, one for the generation X, one for the generation Y, and one for Gen Zs, instead of the graphs showing or the charts showing people between ages 20 to 25 or 20 to 30. If it's 10, I'm grouping it, that we can't really put together as one generation. So how I'm going to do this, I've taught us the formula, and if this is what you do all the time, this is a formula you should cram, really. Yes, it's one formula you should cram, and it's going to be an if function. So what label are we going to use? So this generational description is actually the age description. So I think we can come here and call it age description, age description. So we will use the if function. We need today's date somewhere. We need today's date somewhere. So let me come here. Let me come here. Let me use this spot for today. Let me use W for today. So let me insert here and use, no, let me not insert it here. Let me insert immediately after the exit date. So let's call this one today's date. Let's call this one today's date. And what's the formula for today's date? It's equals to today, open bracket, close bracket. So that's today's date. And then we can drag it down. So it covers everywhere. And then we can save that. I hope all of us are following. I'm not looking at the chart now, so I don't miss my thought flow. But I'm going to look at the chart later. So if you have questions, you can be dropping them in the chat room. So for the age description means, these people of this age to this age, they are millennials, people of this age to this age, they are, Gen Zs, etc., etc. So what formula did I teach us? We are using the if functions. So we will do if we open the bracket. So we are saying if the age of the employee, remember here, this sample I've given, I said the age, if you look at this one, these descriptions I've done here. Let me delete this first. So we can, so generation X is between 44 and 59. Abi, please write it somewhere. Let me also note it somewhere. So those older than 59 are baby boomers. So if the age is greater than 59, then the guy falls in the category of baby boomers. From this explanation, because baby boomer generation X people are born between 1965, between 1980 and 1965. Either way, like from between 1965 and 1980. So their ages will range between 44 years and 59. So those older than 59 years old will fall within the category of baby boomers. So the formula we are going to be talking about, that means if the age is greater than 59, then they are baby boomers. What I'm verbalizing now, what I'm saying now, I'm going to put them down now as a formula. But when I'm writing the formula, I don't want you to get confused and feel, what is it typing now? What I want to type is what I'm saying now. Now, we will say those older than 59, that's the age, W2. W is where we have our age. If W2 is greater than 59, then that means they are baby boomers. We'll put comma there. We will now say, the generation X, they are people born between 44 and 59 years old. So whoever is older than 43 years, because Gen Y, which are millennials, are between ages 28 and 43 years. The generation Y, which are the millennials, are between ages 28 and 43. So whoever is older than or equals to 43 will be generation X. I hope I know what I'm talking about. Now, if the age is older than or equals to, let me confirm, yes. So if the age is older than or equals to 27, that means they are generation Y and the rest of them are Gen Zs. So let's go and capture this in the formula. I hope you understand the explanation. So all of these jargons I've said, let me put them down now. So we use the if function. We open the bracket, the age, W2, because the age is in column W. So we say if W2 is older than 59, then this person is baby boomer. And then we put comma there. And then we'll say if this person, this next person, which is this guy with this age, is older than or equals to 43. Should it be 43? I think it should be 44. It should be 44. It should be 44 because generation X starts from 44 and ends at 59. So is either is equal to 44 or is greater than 44. So that category is generation X. So it's older than or equals to 44, then comma, that means this person is generation X. And then we put comma there also. And we said, if this next person with age W2 is older than or equals to, what's the next age? What's the age of the age range of the next one, which is generation Y? 28 to 43. 28 to 43. So we'll say if this guy is older than or equals to 28, then this person is generation, I hope I'm getting the spellings correctly. Generation what now? Y, Abi? Which are the millennials? And then we put comma, and then the rest people will say they are generation Z. So I'm done with my formula, but I need to close the brackets. How many brackets am I closing now? So this is 1, this is 2 here, and this is for the baby boomer is 3. So for the baby boomer is 1, for the Gen X is 2, for the Generation Y is 3. So I have 3 brackets to close. So this formula should work. This formula should work. Why is this formula not working now? Oh, see why it's not working. I wrote W2.59 instead of greater than 59. Can you see it work now? I fixed it. Initially, for the baby boomer, I wrote if W2.59 instead of greater than. I didn't press the shift key. So it has sorted it and it has returned, their age description. So for this first guy, who is 51 years old, it returned him or her as a Gen X. So we'll just run it down. And you can see it has brought out the generation of each, the age of each person here. So let me save this because we are going to need it during the charts. When we are creating the charts and the dashboard. Okay, what other insights can we create here? I want to do something. These guys that exited the organization, where are they? Yeah, these guys on column U. I want to also be able to generate how many staff we still have left in the organization and how many have left. If I use the date of exit, it's not communicating anything. Because what am I going to be putting in the, in the pivot table? It's not going to recognize, it won't be able to generate for me the kind of insight I need because I just have a date. So I need to create another column that will use a number for those that have gone and another number for those that are still within the organization. That way now, I can say, return 1 for those that have gone and return 0 for those that are still within the organization. That way, when I'm creating the pivot table, I can now differentiate between 0 and 1. So wherever you see 0, these guys are still with us. Wherever you see 1, these guys have gone. So let me put that directly beside the exit dates. Let me put that beside the exit date. What should we call this now? Is it exited employees, Abby? Guys, talk to me. We are doing this together. Okay, I think we should call them exited employees. So exited employees. Okay. So for employees that have exited, let's just use the if function straight away. So we'll say if which column is the exit date? That's you, right? And again, row 2, that's where we have the details, the data of the data points we want to pick, U2. So U2, if this guy has gone, return 1. If not, return 0. Let me put a space there. Return 0. So if what this formula means is that if this guy has gone, return 1. If he's still with us in this organization, return 0. Another way of saying this is if you see any number, anything written on U2, return 1. If the space is blank, return 0. So let me see if that works. Okay, fine. It works because it returns 1. And actually, there's something there. So I run this down. And you can see V2 is 0 V3 is 0, V2 is 1 because U2 has an exit date. V3 is 0 because U3 has nothing. If you go to every data point on U, on column U that has something, the corresponding, data point on V will have 1. Why? Because the cell at column U, that corresponding cell on that row on column U has something there. So for every cell on column U that has something written, the exit date, the corresponding cell on the same row on V, we carry 1. So any cell on column U that does not have anything, the corresponding cell on column V will return 0. So that's the formula. And you will understand why we are doing this shortly. So this is what we have. And with this now, we can go and gather and go and begin to create, our pivot table, which we are ultimately going to use for our dashboard. So what do we need to do? I thought it was last week also. The first thing we need to do, as you are looking at this thing like this, you think it's a table. It has not recognized it as a table. So we'll go and insert a table into this so that it can, Microsoft Excel can actually recognize it as a table. So we'll come here and we insert table. And then we click OK. So congratulations. It has recognized it as a table and it has captured the range. So from here now, we will come here, come to table design. Just click anywhere within the table. Come to table design and come to the left. Can you see summarize with pivot table? On the ribbon, come to table design and you come to this bar and you will see summarize with pivot table. You click it and it's asking you, is it a new worksheet or this particular worksheet we are working on? So let's leave it. It has pre-selected new worksheet. That means it wants to create this pivot table for you on a new worksheet. So let's create it on a new worksheet. Now it's brought us here. And it's showing the pivot table field. And it's asking us to drag the field between the areas below. We have the filter, we have the column, we have the rows, we have the values. So wherever you want to, wherever you have numbers, just know that that's what you drag to values. And usually that's where you should put your employee ID, the unique ID for each of the employees. So I drag employee ID to values, and I'm not looking for the sum of it. I'm looking for the count of the employees. Now it's giving me some 50,450. That's not what I need. I want to know the number of employees in that organization. So I click OK. Now it has returned 111. So the first insight I want to generate urgently is how many employees have gone and how many employees are still with me. How many employees have gone and how many are still here? So who can guess the next field I should add to the report? Exited employees. Good. That's There are various ways to do it, but I'd rather choose to drag it to rows. I'll choose to drag it to row. So now it's showing me that I have 82 employees left and 29 have gone. That's the meaning of what you are seeing here now. You can see that the 0 are 82. And for the column V, where we have the differentiator of the employees that have gone and the employees that are still remaining, you can see 0 are for employees that are remaining. That's it returns 0 when the cells in column U, where we have the date of exit, wherever, you know, or any of the cells that is blank, it returns a 0, you know, on column V. So these zeros now, this 82 means that 82 people have not exited the organization. And this one you are seeing means that 29 people have exited the organization. Okay, the insight is already making sense. But you won't present it to management like this, because management love charts. So let's go and convert this to chart and know that we are done with this particular sheet. And we will call the sheet, we'll give it a name now. And then we move on to another sheet, and then another sheet. And then at the end of the day, we'll put all of these charts inside one sheet, and we will inside slicer, and that's what we call a dashboard. So when we come here, and if you come to on the ribbon, this first one that has file, home, insert, Google is what we call the ribbon. Make sure you are clicking anywhere within the pivot table. This thing that I drew here is what we call the pivot table. When anywhere is clicked within the pivot table, come to the ribbon. Make sure pivot table analyze is the one highlighted, is one selected. And then come to the right, you'll see pivot chart. Click on pivot chart, and then it's asking you which kind of chart do you want to draw. So I want to choose pie, and let me choose this donut pie, this donut pie chart. I choose it and I click OK. So let's begin to, let me save. So let's hide this field button. Let's remove this legend. And let's rename it. What do we rename it? Exited employees. I like it to have the number of employees that left. So you will select this chart. You see this thing like a brush. You open it. That's where you have the options. No, it's the cross on top, chart elements. No, it should be here now. It should be this one. I'm coming on. There's a place where we will data labels. Yes, is that cross? Sorry, it's been a while I used it too. So if you see me not knowing exactly where things are, you please pardon me. So this cross icon here, and you make sure you check data labels. So it has labeled it, it has checked, it has brought out the labels of the data, and you can see, so you can change this color from black. You have 29 people that have exited the organization. You have 82 people that are still with the organization. But it's not showing well because the color, the background color, what color is this? I think this is orange and this is blue. The orange is deep, so I think a white writing would be most appropriate on it. So we can, let me zoom it. So we can highlight that 29 and we right click. It should bring out fill color. And then we can change this to white. No, let's not even fill it. Let's not fill it. It's the color of the writing we're supposed to change. It's supposed to give us coming on. Supposed to give us font. No. Supposed to bring to us. This is where I'm coming. So this is where you will change the color now to white. So let's change this color to, where is white now? This is white. Great. So I've changed the color to white. Let's do the same thing here. Let's do the same thing here. I think we can bolden it. We can also come here and bolden this one. Oh yeah, okay, come out. Where are you now? Okay, so we can bolden this one too. Fine, so we can now save it. Congratulations. I know it's not making sense to you now because we will soon insert some things that will make it make sense. So let's leave this one like this. Where is the sheet? So let's rename the sheet. What name do we give the sheet now? Exited employees, Abi. So let's rename the sheet to, let me just copy. Let me copy the name of this chart and give it to the sheet. Fine. So the two sheets we have here now, we have the employee data, which is the entire data set of that we're working with, and we have the chart of the exited employees. So we come here, and I think I should have another chart. Let's look at workforce age distribution. Yes. Let's create a chart for workforce age distribution. So we come here to that same data set. And is it data set or data set? Anyhow, I'm almost go for sure. So anyhow, I call the data, whether it's data or data. I know you know what I'm talking about. And then we come to table design. And then you come to this left side, top left. You see summarize with pivot table. You click it. This open, and let's do it on a new worksheet again. So just the way we did for the exited employees, we will do for this one also. Now we are looking at age distribution. Now you will understand why I did that age description at that time. Because we want to look at how many employees are baby boomers, how many are generation X, how many are generation Y. This employee ID again, let's drag it to values. And instead of making it sum, let's make it count. And do okay. And then let's go and look for, I think it's towards the end, age description. Let's bring it to rows. Fine. And as you can see here, baby boomers are just 1. Generation X are 47. Generation Y are 56. And Gen Zs are 47. So let's go and capture these as a chart. So we'll come here and we'll convert it to pivot charts. Let's do column charts. And then we do okay. So it's brought out the charts. Let's hide this field button. Let's change this to workforce age distribution. So let me also label the sheet workforce age distribution, so it's easy for us when we are looking for anything. Let me remove this legend, and we can hide so many things here. I think the grid lines, maybe we add the green lines and add labels to the data so we can know the number. If we like, we can change colors of all of these. For me, okay, let's go on. If there's need for us to change those numbers, that's the colors of each of these charts, we will. But since we already have numbers on this, I think we don't need this axis title. Is it axis title now, or chart titles? No. It's not axis. The axis now. Okay, yes, it's the axis. Again, we can increase the width of each of these, charts. That's, we can reduce the gap between them. The gap is too wide. So let me try something around 60%. Okay, great. So this is what we are having. If it's too bogus for you, you can do 90%. I think this is, you can even do 100%. Let me do 100%. Okay, so let's leave it like this and move on. If we need to do further customizations, we will do it when we get to the dashboard. If you see how it looks, if you want to color it the more, we can color it the more. If we don't want to color it, we can even make it ash. We can do anything. But let's move on from here. So we'll go to employee data again. And what other thing do we need to? Workforce tenure distribution. Workforce tenure distribution. Maybe we do, before we do workforce tenure distribution, how I usually do my thing, I'll come to the data set and start looking one after the other. Managerial level. Let's see the distribution of, the managerial levels. So create a pivot table, summarize with pivot table, and let this be the managerial level. So employee ID to values. Remember, I told you I'll first of all create a busy dashboard with all possible insights from that data set. I will now remove the one I want to use. So managerial levels, yes. So we have 8 executives in this organization, 40 managers, and 63 officers. So let's create the chart. The bar chart. Let me use the bar chart for this one. And then again, hide this. Change this one to managerial level. Managerial level. And then we remove this. I think we can, let me remove the axis and then label the data so we can know the number at a glance. Also, the grid lines can go. And then the width, the gap width, let's do 100 again. Since we did 100 for the last one, let's do 100% again. So let's leave it like this and move to the next. So managerial level, this managerial level. I want to copy and paste. So okay. Fine. So which other chart do we need to? Yes, gender distribution. Let's create one for gender distribution. Again, table design. Summarize with pivot table. Okay. Employee ID to values. Value setting. Count. And then gender. So female is 38, male is 73. So let's also use pie chart for this. So come to pivot chart, and then let's use pie chart for this also. And then let me activate, let me remove the legend. Let me activate the data label, and then let me hide this field button on chart. And then what's this? Gender, sex. So again, we color these. We color this white. Color this white, and we're bolding it. And then this one also, we color it white. And then we're bolding it. Okay, we're making progress. So we have 38 female and 73 male. I have 38 female, and I think I should bring out the legend. Let me bring out the legend. Yes. So it can be a pointer to what color is representing what. So let's leave this one like this. So this is the sex of the employees. And I click save. So come back to employee data again. What are that inside? Departments. Are we? Departments. That's also key. So table design, summarize with pivot table. New worksheet. Employee ID, drag it to values, change it to count. And what did you say we want to do here, Seth? You said department, Abby, so let's go and look for department. Okay, so department. Let's drag it to rows. Okay, so we have 10 people in finance, HR 6, logistics 14, production, etc., etc. What chart do we use for this now? So let's go and create chart. Okay, maybe we leave it at column chart. So let's create column chart with this. These are departments, Abby. Departments. Is it plural? Should it have plural? I don't know. Okay, let's pluralize it. So departments. Let's hide the legend. Let's hide the legend. Let's hide the axis. Let's label the data. Let's hide the field button. And then grid line also should go since we have labeled the data. And then let's increase the width of the gap. So let's change it to 100% again. Okay. So I'm tempted to move on. I'm Oliver Twist. I'm a very detailed man. Let's do location. Let's do location. Let's do location. I want you to really understand. Let's not cut corners. Since we have come this far, and today is the last class on Excel for HR insights. Let me quickly give you everything. So count. And then what did we say we are looking for now? Okay, location. Okay. So we are coming here and we're looking for location. Okay, I've seen that location. So the location, you drag it to rows. Okay. So this is location distribution. This is location. How did we capture it what's the label for it in? Okay, it's still location. So let's come here, call this location. Okay. So location. I think we can hide the legend here. Hide the legend here. We can, what do we do? Are you sure? I think let's use column chart for this. So let's edit the chart. Change chart type. Let's change it to column chart. And then let's remove the axis. Let's label the data. Okay, let's leave the axis because of no, this I don't like this. Between this and this, between this and bar. Let's do bar. So let's come here and increase the gap width to 100 again. Okay, so I think this is looking like it. What more can we pick here? Oh, let me see what else to pick. What else can we pick here? We've done the age distribution. Okay, we've done exited employees. Performance. Performance. Okay. So let's do performance for 2024. Any other insights now you're going to generate on your own so that we don't overflog issues because we still need to go and create the dashboard. So let's look at the overall performance score for 2024. So let's go and create a pivot table for that. So summarize with pivot table. Okay. and employee ID to values. Value field setting. Count. Okay. Performance. Overall performance for 2024. Let's bring it to rows. I'm going to do something now. If you look at this row, that's the pivot table, the row labels, where we have the overall performance for 2024, you can see they are too long. Each person, each employee is actually having his own. But we can group them. We can actually group them. So to group them, you just come and right click and click group. So we can have 1 to 2, 1 to 2, or 1 to 3, depending on what you want. Employees having scores between 1 and 2, we group them together. 2 and 3, we group them together. So starting from that solve the problem. 1 to 2, we can call those ones low performance. So we have 22. 2 to 3, I think they are still low performance. 3 to 4, maybe average and a bit high. 4 to 5, high performance. So the total is still 111. So what chart can we use for this now? What chart should we use for this? So 1 to 2. Okay, let's use column. If column will not work, we will change it later. Okay, so this is employee performance, 2024 performance. There's something in my head now that just flashed on my mind. I'm going to give it as an assignment. Data labels. Oh. Let me know hide the axis because of the labels of these performances. So again, let's increase or reduce the gap width to 100%, and let's leave it like this. So this is okay. Okay, I think with this, let's just go and create our table, our dashboard. Let's go and create our dashboard. So employee performance trend. Performance trend. I'm going to give that to you as an assignment. You have their performance for 2022. You have their performance for 2023. You have their performance for 2024. Just go and map out the trend using charts. So now we want to create our pivot, our dashboard. Again, let me come here. Let's call this one our dashboard now. Let's call this our dashboard. And what I usually do, I usually create the slicers first. I create the slicers, and then but we now know how to solve the problem later. So let me create slicer. Where is the slicer safe now? Slicer is usually insert slicer. Can you see? Insert slicer. So the first slicer I want to do managerial level. Let's start with managerial level. And okay, maybe I can now, let me just select all. Managerial level. So let me cut it. Let me take it to the dashboard and paste it here. Great. I can change the column to 3. And change the column here. Number of columns to 3. So I have that slicer first. And then the next slicer I will create. Let me just see if I can create as many slicers as possible. Gender. Yeah, slicer for gender. Slicer for department. For location. Which other one? Okay, I didn't do for education level. Okay, no problem. Education level, marital status. So let's do for all this gender, department, location. So let's just do for this. We will solve the other problems later. And then I can copy all of this to the dashboard. I just copy all of this now and go to the dashboard and go and drop them the dashboard. So for departments, the dashboard must be a work of art. So again, the number of columns for the departments, let me make it 3. So I have this. Now we are designing the dashboard here. For location, again, I bring this one here. Let me expand this to align with the others. And again, the number of columns, 3. So move this up. Education level, bring it here. Then open it up. And move this to 3. And or do I do 2 here? Let me do 2 here. So it can feel good. Okay. So I can do 2 for that. For marital status, a straightforward thing. So I do 3 columns. And then I can bring it here. Bring it here. Then let it align with others. And then for gender, it's just 2. So I do 2 columns. I do 2 columns. And okay. So now that we have this, another thing I'm going to do now, I want to connect all the pivot tables so that anything I'm doing on one is affecting the others. So as I'm clicking, using one slicer, it's controlling all the pivot tables. So I'm going to connect all the pivot tables to each of the slicers. That's what I'm doing here. So that all of them are connected. None of them is isolated. So that's what I'm doing. Come to report connection and connect all the pivot tables to that singular slicer. So you do for all the slicers. For all the slicers. Marital status, report connection. Okay, I think I've done 4. I done marital status before. So managerial level. I hope I've connected all now. Okay, I've connected all. Okay, so let me see. Okay, now we are getting to the magic of this work. So let's go and copy. Let's go and copy the. No, I like to start with exited employees. So I copy this and go and paste on the dashboard. Okay. Next, workforce age distribution. Copy this chart and go and paste on the dashboard. So I'm going to arrange it neatly because we are designing now. You need artistic skill here, architectural skill. Okay. I think it's looking beautiful. But it's too close to the other one. So let me bring it down a bit. And realign here. Okay, great. Our dashboard is coming alive. Next, managerial level. So let's copy this one and go to the dashboard and paste it here. And then we align it. Well, let me align it down here. Because I think we have more of column designed and okay. Hey. So next we have the gender. So let's go to the dashboard. Let me just drop it here. I'll come back for that. Because again, is a pie chart. I don't want to put pie chart beside pie charts. That's not how I want to build this house. Let's go to departments and copy this. Go and paste on the dashboard. Okay. Oh, okay. Let me reduce this one. Okay. So then I think I can bring this one. Okay, let this one be here. This sex, let it be here. Okay. So location. Let's even leave. No, I'm going to add location. Let me look at performance. Let me add this performance to the dashboard. No, I don't want to put column beside column. So let this one go up. Don't want to put column beside column. So location. No, let's leave location out first. Let's leave location out. Thank you very much. You said well done, sir. Hey, see our dashboard. Gang, gang. It's sweeting me. Oh. Okay, okay. You said we should add that. Okay, no, you'll be adding that. It's not everything you get. It's just for us to pick it and drop it. So in your own, just do it. Now, see the magic. The insights, I'm going to be presenting to management that management can generate from this. So the entire data set now is what we have represented with this dashboard. So instead of management, the CEO or the board chair to be looking for what is not lost in the entire data set, at a glance, it can see, the insights that are locked within the entire data sets, within the data set of that department of his organization. And it can sort things using this slicer. For instance, if you click executive here, this is the information about employees that are executives in the organization. So for exited employees, you see that one executive has left. There are 7 of them remaining. In these departments, no department, I think we should label it too. Let me add the axis. So for the departments, we have 1 executive in the finance department, 2 in logistics, 3 in production, and 2 in sales. Now, for the sex, we have 1 executive who is a member of who is a female, and we have 7 who are male. So that means there is no there's no, is it inclusion you people call it now? How can we have in an organization we're having 7 male executives and we are having just 1 female executive? So there's one more slicer I need to add here. I need to add the slicer of those no gender balance. Yeah, thank you very much. So you can see the insights you're already drawing. Let me add the slicer of those that exited. Let me add that slicer. Let me add that slicer now. Insert slicer. Exited employees, yes. Exited employees. Because there are insights I also want to generate from that. So let me do 2 columns. And then I can carry this now and go and drop on my dashboard. Okay. So let me also link it with other slicer. Let me link it with all the pivot tables, so that as I'm clicking that slicer, it's also controlling the pivot tables. Okay. So you can see it's just the managerial levels I've clicked here, the managers. So let's go to the managers under the managerial level. So exited managers, 13 managers have left. We have 27 left. For the managers, we have 5 in finance, we have 3 in human resource, and then we have 4 in logistics, 23 in production, 5 in sales. This is the total, whether gone or whether dead or alive, whether gone or still available. Sex, 14 female, 26 male, 20, is this 26? Let me zoom in. Okay, 26 male. Now, look at this. So if I want to reset this, I just click on this funnel icon here on that particular slice that I'm working on. So it resets everything. So, we have been talking about everything, including employees that have left and employees that are still around. So let's look at how many employees are still around for each of, of these insights we want to generate. So if you want to look at the employees that are still around, you just come to the slicer of exited employees and you click. 1 is for employees that have left, 0 is for employees that are around. So I will click 0. And when I click 0, what I'm saying is I only want to see I want to generate insights about employees that are still around. So my employees, the gender of the employees that are still around, we have 25 female employees that are still around. We have 57 that are still around. Human resource, my God, I only have 2 people in human resource left. HR, what is wrong with you people now? Only 2 HR employees left. We have 7 people in finance left. We have 10 in logistics. Managerial levels, only 7. No, I think I need to add labels to this one so I can see what that 7, the axis. Okay, only 7 executives left. What happened now? For their performance, these are the performances of those that are left. Now, if I want to see for everybody, what age distribution, okay, I still have, okay, again, let me activate this so I can see the label. Let me activate the axis. So baby boomers, 1 left, generation X, 31 left, for generation Y, 44 left, generation Z, 6 left. So this is how you see the insights of your employees that are still with the organization, and you can see them department by department. So for employees that are still that are still around, you can see I activated the exited employees. I don't like how my dashboard is looking. It's too zoomed out. Is it zoomed out or zoomed in? So yes, this is how I want it to look. Let me close this. Let me close this so it can look really, really beautiful. So now I'm dealing with employees that are still around, and I can check them across departments, across managerial levels, across educational level, and and so on. So let me look at how many employees are still around that are in human resource. So I'll click in department, I'll click human resource, and then I'll also ensure that exited employees are checked. So for my employees that are still around, that are in human resource department, I have only 2 of them, and both of them are male. So there is one of them is an officer and one of them is a manager. What is wrong with this workforce age distribution? I don't think it's connected to one of these. So I'm coming. Because again, we're just supposed to have 2 here. So something is not right. We're only supposed to have 2, 2, 2. So why is this one carrying 44, 31? So that means one of it is not connected. Let me go to Slicer and check. One of the pivot tables is not connected to one of these slicers. As the workforce age distribution is not connected to one of these slicers. Yes, so it's the department. So I will activate it. Can you see? Pivot table 3 is not connected to that slicer. So once I do it, workforce age distribution, can you see it has returned 1, 1. So everything here now, I only have this. This is the data of that's the insights for the remaining HR employees I have. Only 2 of them, and this is their information. So one of them is a baby boomer, the other one is generation Y. Only 2 of them. One is an officer, the other one is a manager. Their performance of the people that are left, they are between 3 to 4. So both of them are male, and so that's all. So if I want to, what else now? Okay, let me not do by department again. Let me do, let me look at their performance. So those that, I'm talking about those that are still around now. If I want to see their marital level, how many of them are married? This is the information about them. So you can sort the entire data, to to tell the dashboard what you want to see. And this is how you present your information to management. The entire huge data set that we have, I've summarized it now, with this single dashboard. And there's so much insight we can generate from this single dashboard. There are so many ways to do a dashboard, but I think this is the simplest of them. And you can see that we have easily created them. So this is where we end the class today. So let me stop. It's been it's been a long journey. Wow. Finally, I'm free because this is the last part, the concluding part of this series. So questions, contributions. Can you share the video after the presentation? Yes, I will. I don't have another job for you now, so I have to. So let everybody be able to unmute, and then you can ask your questions or make your contribution. Okay. Yes, the video. Okay. Okay, Ibukun, how are you? Let me drop the where you will watch. I'm coming. Let me start with the WhatsApp group. If you are here, you are not on the WhatsApp group of the community. I'm going to drop the WhatsApp group of the first one is filled up. I'm just hoping that somebody will drop off so we can add more people, but nobody has dropped off. So the moment you drop off like this, just know that replacements are already hanging up. So let me share this other one with us. The new one we created, even that one has reached. What happened now? So the two, how many of us are here now? Members, 164. Wow. So I'm going to share the link to the second one. Everyone. So that's the link to the second WhatsApp group. If you're not in any of our communities, please, you can join that. Then we will share the link to watch the previous editions. We'll drop it in the community. So we can ask our questions and make our contributions now. So over to you, House. Yes, you can unmute and ask. You can have enabled unmuting if there's a language like that. Oh yeah. Let's do and wrap things up.
Good evening, sir.
Yes, Ibukun.
Okay, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for educating us on this. So I wanted to ask if the documents that you use to lecture us can be sent to the group. I just joined the second group now.
You want to take everything. It's only my soul now that you don't want to take. Even that one, I created that one myself. Can't you generate yourself your own by yourself?
Okay, no problem. No problem.
Okay, don't worry, I'll share with you. Just chat me up.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you in the community?
Yes, I just joined the group now.
Okay. You are a CIP member?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So just chat me up. I will share the data set with you.
All right, sir. Thank you.
But I hope you enjoyed the class, right?
Yes, I did.
And you understand.
Yes, I understand, sir.
Okay. I'm glad you are able to understand. God bless you.
Amen. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So Anita Obialo. Is this connected to Stella Obialo? Anita Obialo, can you unmute and say hi?
Yes, this is actually Stella Obiala.
Ha! She said,
I
can you
joined
imagine
it
all the heavyweights are here? They're just listening to this small boy. I love my heart, man. I hope we met your expectation.
You exceeded our expectations. Thank you very much.
God
Thank you
bless
very
you.
much.
Thank God I didn't know you were here because I would have been stammering.
Go and sit.
Ladies and
Sure,
gentlemen,
please.
Stella Obialo chairs the Edo State branch of CIPM, and she's also the chief operating officer of one of the top organizations. I don't want to do free advert for her organization.
Thank
She
you.
has transited from HR to leadership to
Operations, yeah.
to
Thank you
operations.
so much.
Thank you very much for encouraging us all. And that means a lot to me. Your book, I carry your book everywhere because
Oh,
yeah, I
thank
told you in
you.
Abuja that
Yes.
that's one material I can't joke with. Thank you very much for
You're
everything
most
you put
welcome.
inside. Yes, God
Thank
bless you. And
you.
thank you for being here. I'm encouraged.
Thank you.
So what's your contribution?
Okay. My contribution will be this, that we shouldn't shy away from numbers. And it just takes you taking baby steps. When we talk about metrics and analytics, most times HR professionals that are not so conversant with the usage of Excel and Power BI, they get scared. People have even gone further. They are now using Tableau and
Mhm.
MySQL. So all you need, if you ask yourself, if you dedicate like how many minutes, 20, 15 minutes every single day on your Insta blog, on your WhatsApp status, and on Facebook, randomly going through and then, minding other people's business and just trying to, have fun, right? If you use that same time and resources, apply it. They said Google is your friend. Go to YouTube, some like ask for the recordings, join sessions like this, request for the recordings, go through, practice, practice, practice. Imagine doing this every single day for 1 year. You are going to be better, because at this point you need to be speaking the language that the CEO, the C-suite, need to speak the language they understand. It's not just requesting for or trying to get them to buy into your initiative, and you're not backing it up with number.
Hmm.
Why do you think the CEO is usually closer to the finance person? Because they're speaking the language that the CEO understands.
Hmm.
And you're going on and on. Oh, this so thing is happening here. You're talking about, when you're talking about the analytics, what are you talking about? Are you just describing it? That's descriptive analytics. That's what most of the HR profession, that's what your report is all about. You're just describing, you're not telling the story. You're just saying, okay, this is the total number of people who came late. Are we now finding out why they came late, in which set of persons are coming late, and which departments is this late coming? Where is it coming from? The sick leave, where is it coming from? That's diagnostic analytics.
Hmm.
And then what are you now doing about it? Oh, people are leaving, they're exiting and stuff like that. Then you're now going into predictive, because you are now using the data you have, you are able to predict. And as HR professionals, what we have, we've got competencies, right? And then we are able to now prescribe like the doctors would. So it's not just you presenting data, it's just you sharing data, and that's just describing the data. What are you doing with the data? Is the data telling a story? So I love the fact that you were able to take us through data visualization and introducing those slicers that are making those your dashboard interactive. Because that is one way you can just tell a story with just one sheet or one PowerPoint, just one slide, and you're telling all the stories, right? So I want to say thank you. That will be my contribution. Thank you very much, Sean.
Thank you very much, ma. We kind of overflogged that issue. You've nailed it. Thank you very much for that contribution. So, at the absence of any other contribution, can we just call it a day? Stella will be with us. I've been dragging her to come. She has a session with us. The last time I spoke with her, I think she was out of the country, maybe far away in the US. But now, so Stella, please, when are you coming on? This is the session I wanted you to facilitate, one of these sessions.
Oh, I'm
So
back.
we'll
I'm
talk,
back.
Abby.
I'm very much around. Yeah.
So we'll talk. So
We'll talk.
Stella may be coming before the end of the year to give us insights. And I think what we want to know now as HR leaders or HR professionals, she should come and tell us the mind of the CEO, how to
Oh, that'll be it.
have a
It
seat
will
on
be
the
my
table.
delight. Oh,
A
that's
seat
one
on,
topic
yes.
after my heart. It will be my delight.
Yes, how to have a
Thank
seat
you
on that,
very much.
how to remain relevant to the CEO, so that they won't
Absolutely.
continue to see us as a cost center,
Can
feel
you
we are irrelevant
imagine?
to what they do. So,
Mm.
so look at your schedule, look at your itinerary, give us the
Okay.
date that you'll be available. And I know this is dear to you. This topic is dear to you because you have seen, as someone that has transited from HR to operations, you have seen what we are not doing right, what we are not getting right as HR professionals. So we'll be more than happy to have you share this with us. And
Thank
we are
you very
looking
much.
forward to maybe we'll private chat ourselves and
Oh, definitely. Yeah. Sure.
we can look at the dates you are available, and then we can kick things off from there. So that will be it for tonight. Good night, everyone. We'll put the video together and we will share with you on the community's WhatsApp platform. I've shared the WhatsApp group with us, link to join the WhatsApp group. Please, let's connect, let's invite others, and let's continue to learn and share. Some of us are heavyweights. Please join the community so you can mentor others, you can provide insights. And for some of us that are also upcomers like ourselves, like me now. So we're also there to learn from the rest of us. So that'll be it for tonight. The Lord bless you as you go. It will be a fruitful week. No accident, no evil report concerning you and your household in the name of Jesus. So bye for now. See you next week. Next week, it's not in my head what we are doing yet, but I'm sure. And if any of you have something to share with us next week, just private chat me. For me, I'm done. It's not easy. I can't even stay away for one Sunday and delegate, because it's a series. And I thank God that we have been able to successfully land this ship, at the shore, the ship of HR analytics. So God bless you. See you next week. So we can unmute and just say and greet ourselves. Bye. So bye for now.